Hey there, welcome back into Occupy Democrats, and this breaking story on a Sunday night is going to feel a lot like Groundhog Day because Donald Trump and his collection of congressional cronies and corporate cronies are anything but consistent, especially when it comes to their disgusting level of lack of empathy. And if you'd like to see Donald Trump out of the White House, just subscribe to the channel. But in this breaking story, remember, it was just like 19 seconds ago we had the longest government shutdown in history over the ACA or Obamacare. But in that fight for the big, beautiful bill, there was this from Mr. McGovern on the House floor.
Mr. Speaker, House Democrats are making a series of procedural motions today to stop the consideration of this lousy, awful, disastrous bill. We will not stand by and watch Trump and his billionaire friends destroy this country, and because this resolution waives the earmark rule, it is not in order for it to be considered on the floor. As I just said, Democrats are not going to sit here and let Republicans jam this bill down the throats of the American people.
Because one of the things in that big, beautiful bill was a whole bunch of extra money for the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, who funds ICE.
One of the untold stories about this big, ugly bill is the fact that Republicans are cramming it with tens of billions of dollars more for the Department of Homeland Security and for ICE. This is outside the normal budget process where the Department of Homeland Security asks for its money on an annual basis. This is a huge additional infusion of money for ICE.
And a little wrinkle to that is not only the money that was in the bill for it, but also where nearly half the money went and the system that is corrupt in prisons.
So in the budget that Trump just signed into law, there is $170 billion for the Department of Homeland Security, and about $70 billion of that is going to ICE. And first, I want to talk about the context of that, because one of the major issues with this administration is all of the companies and special interests that are benefiting. And two major private prison companies, Core Civic and Geo Group, gave a lot of money to get Donald Trump elected to office. They have made record profits since January, and it is expected that detention center capacity may quadruple with the quotas that Donald Trump has in place. So I just say that because it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Yeah, look at the money prisons are making. But in this breaking story right here, Mike Johnson in the House over there is facing another potential shutdown because of the money they're trying to extract again. And it took this breaking story and the tragedy in Minnesota to have these guys finally stand down for 3 seconds. Check this breaking story out. Breaking news. Dems force GOP to abandon DHS funding for upcoming debate after ICE shooting. Republicans in Congress moved to strike funding for the Department of Homeland Security from this week's budget debates after an immigration agent shot and killed a 37-year-old mother in Minneapolis, according to a new report. CNN's Sarah Harris reported the move on Sunday, saying it happened after dozens of Democrats balked at supporting an omnibus funding package for the agency. CNN previously reported that the progressive wing of the Democratic Party was leading the charge to rein in President Donald Trump's immigration enforcement arm. The move sets up another potential showdown ahead of the government's January 30 funding deadline. Last year, Republicans engineered the longest government shutdown in American history by refusing to negotiate with Democrats over expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. The House of Representatives recently passed a bill to extend those subsidies for 3 years, according to reports. That is the level of lack of empathy that we are talking about. From the rhetoric out of Stephen Miller's mouth to the Caroline Leavitt's White House spokesperson lips to every single thing else we see going on in this country with ICE, and how the American people overwhelmingly are rejecting it. No, if it hadn't been for the shooting in Minnesota, these guys are going to go right down the road and spend more dollars and put us more in debt over continuing to fund ICE overwhelmingly, regardless of what's going on in the streets of America. Yeah, that's anything but we the people. You guys like and share the video, and stay frosty.